I've called Michigan home for over a year and a half, and honestly, it feels overlooked. From mountain biking on the trails scattered around the metro area to backpacking in Manistee National Forest and North Manitou Island, I have discovered so many beautiful places, and yet there is still so much left unexplored. With winter coming, I thought the season for backpacking was almost over. So when my buddy Colin asked me if I wanted to squeeze in one last trip, the only thing I could say was hell yeah. One of the main perks of visiting Pictured Rocks in October is that the fall colors of the trees were on full display. It adds another layer to the already beautiful landscape. But perhaps the most exciting aspect of this trip is that we were being joined by our friend Joe, who after an entire year of convincing finally agreed to go on a backpacking trip with us. I found it incredibly exciting that I finally got to share such a big part of my life with one of my closest friends. And it was really cool to see backpacking through the eyes of a newcomer. I didn't get a chance to film my first trip, so getting to film Joe's was kind of like a redeemer for me.
What's up? So what are you most excited for? Like, what are you picturing in your head right now?
Having a good time with the boys, hiking on the trails, and seeing some beautiful nature.
What's one thing you see that could possibly go wrong?
I could shit my pants.
That's your biggest worry.
No, you said go wrong, not go right.
From where we left off in Detroit to the trailhead, it's about a 6-hour drive, which is arguably a bit of a trek. Thankfully, Colin was up for the task of driving, so I didn't have to worry about it.
Do you think that it's going to be this wet the entire weekend?
It's going to be damp. I mean, it was probably raining yesterday. I think it's going to rain today up there.
Fuck.
Might not rain tomorrow. I think tomorrow and Sunday are looking pretty all right. Tomorrow's supposed to be cloudy, so the medium all right. Hope you like clouds.
If you had to rate your excitement level from 1 to 10, where do you think you'd put yourself?
8.
8?
Yeah.
Okay, your optimism just moved my score from a 6 to a 7.
You were only at a 6?
I was at a 6.
Fucking embarrassing.
It's
Quinn.
wet, dude.
Quinn, you're embarrassing me
my
right
socks are already wet.
You're embarrassing me in public.
To be fair, I'm wearing sandals, but...
I'm also wearing sandals.
As we got further into our little road trip, I started to notice a direct correlation between the distance we had traveled and the natural beauty of the landscape surrounding us. This became even more apparent as we crossed the bridge between the lower half of the Mitten and the Upper Peninsula.
It's way cuter up here than it was 6 minutes ago on the other side, so...
Oh my god, yeah, no, crossing that bridge was absolutely beautiful. I'm forgetting that we're in Michigan already.
Yeah.
Happens every time we go on a trip. I'm just like, oh yeah, this is Michigan, oops. I'm feeling mighty excited, and it's also every single person in this car's first time in the UP. I think it's actually like really sad that we've lived here for like a full year and we've never gone to the UP.
This is ridiculous. Like, what the actual fuck? I love the evergreens mixed with like the orange deciduous trees.
What's something you're just like hella excited for?
I'm just curious to see like what it'll be like to be at a campsite and stuff, because I've never really been at one before. So like just kind of getting all geared up for that and starting the hike. I think that's just what I'm trying to like set myself up for. I think it'll really set into like once we like set up our camp for the night and stuff too, and like I'm sleeping in the sleeping bag and I'm like, oh shit, like this is actually happening.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
It's a great experience. I'm really excited for you.
After roughly 6.5 hours in the car, we finally found ourselves on a dirt road leading up to the Mosquito River trailhead.
God, this is like one of the most beautiful roads I've ever been on in my entire life.
The yellow leaves over our heads made me feel as though we were truly transitioning into nature. And as we loaded up, I was beyond excited to finally get on the trail.
You're a sight for sore eyes.
Do not fall in the water.
You're a cold calliope. Keep me covered. Give me a last kiss. Take me over.
Wow, this tree's looking on fire.
Give me all of this.
How you feeling?
Pretty good.
What are you thinking so far?
It's nice out here.
I'm excited to try my cookies and cream protein bar.
While the sea is
We ended up hiking a little bit longer than we thought today, but the boys and I have made it to camp. Colin, as usual, is already set up because he is an incredibly competent camper. And Jansen and I just got our tent up, so we're doing
I found a bungee cord in my pocket.
we're doing better than I thought we were gonna be at this point. How you doing in there, big boy?
What's up?
Oh, look at you! You got your little sleeping bag set up.
Yeah.
Did you get a pillow?
Yeah, this is the one from Colin.
Cool. You cold?
I'm doing all right now. I'm just gonna put my clothes on in a bit once I get this all
Yeah,
set.
I'm gonna come in here and start setting mine up, but Quinn here is still having some difficulties. I'm gonna be honest. Do not buy the Big Agnes Aircore Ultra and use the base bag that comes with it. How many fills of your bag did it take to fill up your sleeping mat?
Like 5 because I fucked up on the first 2.
5. I'm at 17 right now. One of my favorite things in this life is just sitting on a beach and listening to the waves crash against the shore. After we finished eating, we took one last walk down to the beach to watch the sun disappear over the horizon. We walked along the shoreline and reflected on the adventure we had that day. We then decided to call it an early night because we had a big day ahead of us.
All right, my watch is dead. It's currently sometime in the morning. And Colin just woke us up because he's a bastard. And
Came to my fucking tent at like 6:12.
hey, that was different. That was morning Quinn. This is day Quinn, and day Quinn doesn't like being awake. I slept like ass last night. My back hurts so bad. I'm pretty sure I got like 2 hours of sleep.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm pretty good.
How'd you sleep last night?
I don't know. I mean, so we went to bed at like 8 or 9 maybe.
It was like 7:30.
So it's probably actually 8 by the time we actually got into bed. And I didn't leave my tent until 8-ish. So there's probably some good sleep in there somewhere, but there's also a lot of just laying.
Listen, you slow bat, sit down. Sit. Good boy. Good sit.
Good come.
Good come.
Good come.
I'm here with Joseph Jansen.
Hello.
And we're gonna talk to you about what it was like to share a tent last night. How'd you sleep?
Pretty good, actually. I mean, I woke up a few times. We had our deep conversation from 2 to 3 in the morning, but
Yeah.
otherwise it was.
Yeah, we had a weird conversation around like 1 o'clock in the morning. We talked about
Well,
life.
we had a few different ones. There was like one at 9, and then one at 2, and then there was like one just before we woke up.
Yeah, there was actually a lot of good ones. At 9, he woke up and he went, "Oh, dude, I slept like a baby. Is it morning?" And I like checked my watch and I'm like, "Nah, you've been asleep for an hour." And then I'm kind of like, all right, well, that sucks. He's probably going to be awake all night. And then like 20 minutes after you and I finished talking, I hear you snoring again. And I'm like, this fuck. And I took forever to fall asleep. And I wasn't like sleeping. I was more like leaving consciousness for like hour-long periods at a time. It's going to be
So
great.
who's the little one? Joe's the little spoon?
I'm definitely the big spoon.
Yeah, okay.
Absolutely. Like, look at us.
You want to be Big Spoon?
I would love to.
So you
be
guys
spoon.
Can
like,
you wrap
switch in
me
the
in
night.
your warmth? Can
I-
you shield me from that?
I would like nothing more than to wrap you in my warmth and keep you safe.
I respect that.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, no, I slept like ass. Joe slept pretty well. And today we're going to hike 4 miles and then try and find something to fill the day. Because we have way more time than we need.
We're on North Country Trail, boys.
dead in his tracks. I just see like the hind end of a fawn and go, oh, it's a bear. It was not a bear. An entire section of this cliff just like fell off into the water, and we got to like kind of get on a ledge overlooking it and just see layers of rock that had like fallen off. Like, I wonder what it looked like when that massive section of wall just crumbled into Lake Superior. Wicked. We are at the end of night one. I still have a decent amount of camera battery left, so I can probably get a little bit of our hike back to the car tomorrow. But
Is that your last battery?
no, I have one more battery for that camera. But essentially, our rough plan is to go to bed at a relatively early time tonight, wake up around 6 a.m. tomorrow, and go to the car so that we can be home at a reasonable time. Since we have a 3-mile hike back, basically we'll just try and leave as early as we possibly can. But we've seen a lot of amazing things on this trip. The colors were unbelievably beautiful. And would you recommend this hike to other prospective backpackers?
Affirmative grunt.
An affirmative grunt. Okay, that's a yes then. What is like another thing you would say about like backpacking from like a first timer's perspective?
First time experience? Honestly,
Like, what's something you wish you had that you didn't have?
that I didn't have. I mean,
Like, cause you bought some gear, but you didn't buy all the gear, right? So like, what's the first thing you're gonna buy before your next backpacking trip?
the drone. The drone would be the easiest bet.
The drone?
Well, just for more footage capture.
Oh, that's
Like-
yeah, okay. That's
But like as far as camping, like survive, like essential gear.
That's what I meant.
My own cooking stuff.
Yeah, he shared my cooking pot on this trip, and that was ass, because I had to like cook his food first, then like pour it into his like his like little pot I let him borrow, and like it would spill all over the place, and then I would then get to cook my food. And on night one, I freaking spilled my ramen. I just like it like fell off fell off the burner and spilled all over the ground, and I had to like pick it up into a plastic bag and then backpack with it all day today. The Insta360 did not survive this trip.
I mean, thankfully it didn't crack. It sucked. It sucked that the scratch marks are there.
I mean, no, it cracked.
Oh, like the
no,
full lens
that
cracked?
lens is done for. That lens is gone.
Can you get it like?
I don't know. I may have lost a $500 camera on this trip, and it's my fault because I left it fully extended on like that windy beach. And like it was great though because I watched it happen. Like I was like filming. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be such a great shot. And I turn around to go. I'm walking to go get the camera, and then I just watch it just get blown over and land directly on its lens. And I'm like, oh. And I turn it over, and I just see the lens is just completely fucked. And I'm like, damn it. So yeah, that was unfortunate. I think we might have gotten some of the prettiest shots on this trip that we've ever gotten, filming together. I mean, this is your first time, like, going out in the woods and filming with me, but it was not Colin's. Does it annoy you that I just, like, film everything?
No.
I think what helped too was such a small group. We didn't have to we weren't in a rush, and it was just the three of us, and we could just like take our time with really exploring everything.
Yeah, that was solid. I would say that this is definitely a small group trip, too, because the campsites aren't that big. Like, we could maybe fit, two more tents?
Well, these
Maybe
are
3.
6-person max campsites. There's also group sites. So
Yeah, I guess
if
you're
you want
right.
a big group, you can bring one.
just need the different.
Yeah, but honestly, you
campsite.
wouldn't probably want to go more than like 4 or 5 people.
I'd say 5 max would be like my comfortable group, because like on a lot of the overlooks, it was just the 3 of us.
Yeah.
How do you want to end this video? This is the end of my documentary for this trip. How are we ending it?
And they were
No,
never
we're
heard
not.
from again.
And then we died. No, stop. No ASMR. And then we died.